Welcome back to the Boororg podcast. Today's special guest is Moe Belgacem. How are you, Mo?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good, mate. Yeah, pumped to have you in the chair.
Thank you.
We were just joking before that being on a podcast feels a little bit different to watching lots of them, yeah?
Yeah, I've watched that many, and then when you're in the ring, you're like, far out, this is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
means
I'm a
you're
little bit
stretching your
nervous.
comfort zones, mate.
Yeah, it's good.
We
good.
tell our
I
guys
love
to do
this.
that all the time, don't we?
Yes, yes, that's what we teach.
Exactly.
Yes.
So right now we're practicing what we preach, so.
Yes, sir.
All right, just for context, Mo is the managing director alongside Cameron Foote of Collective Rise. We had Cam on the pod last week, so
I heard.
thought it'd be rude not to get you on, mate. So
Yeah, I would have taken offense.
yeah, no, 100%.
For sure.
No,
Yeah.
no, we're always going to get you on, of course. So obviously we've chatted about what we want to get out of this. It's a chance for our team across the whole organisation to sort of get to know the owners a little bit. We're going to go through your story, talk about the ups and the downs, and actually you put a really good video on Collective Rise's socials.
Yes.
Only a few days ago.
Yes.
Talking about some of the ups and downs as well. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, that was by far the best video that we put out. Yeah, the best reviews that we've had.
Yeah, it's very powerful, very real.
Yes, very emotional, very, very confronting. Yeah.
That's it. So
But it's a winning story, so yeah.
absolutely. And we're going to go into a little bit more depth today. So let's get cracking in, yeah? So I do like to give everyone some context on who we all were before we started in this industry, because a lot of our team, they're meeting us as, you know, the managing directors, and we've been in the business for X amount of years, etc. So let's go back to before you got started. What were you doing before you got involved?
So I was a personal trainer.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a personal trainer. My whole life, I wanted to get into sports. I was obsessed with sports.
Yeah.
I was a soccer player. I actually played at a pretty decent level. Unfortunately, though, I was too skinny to play soccer.
Okay. I didn't know that was a thing.
Very interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm the first one ever. So yeah, I actually I trained all year to make a team, Auckland City, and then we're going to go play against the big boys in the International Club World Cup.
Okay.
Now, this International Club World Cup was going to play against Barcelona, Internacional, all the big clubs that I grew up watching, right?
Right.
So all I ever wanted to do was make this team. So I literally did everything that I could. I trained every day, all day long, to make the team. And I did the trials. Everyone made the team except two people, and one of those two people was me.
Oh, no. And too skinny to make it.
Yes, I was very heartbroken. So
Yeah.
I was fuming though. So I went to the coach. I said, "Hey, coach, come on, I'm the best player here. Why haven't you chosen me?" And he literally pointed at my legs and said, "That's why."
Wow. Brutal.
Yes.
That's brutal feedback.
As you can imagine, I was
Yeah.
very heartbroken. I was fuming. I went to my dad. I said, "Hey, Dad, I'm very sad. Everyone made the team except me."
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, why?" And I literally said to him, the coach pointed at my legs and said, "You're too skinny." He said, "You're going to go play against the big boys. If someone blows at you, they'll literally
Knock you over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So
just
how you
too
got
skinny."
into the gym then? Because, you're definitely not too skinny now.
Yes.
And I've seen photos of you back in the day when you were, you were jacked. So is that literally the catalyst that sort of got you into the
My
gym?
dad said, "You're going to join a gym." I didn't even know what a gym was.
Yeah.
I said, "Dad, what's a gym?" He said, "Oh, you go, you lift weights, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you can build muscle." I said, "Awesome." The next day, I'm in the car with my dad. He drops me off to the YMCA.
Yeah.
We sign up at the gym.
Yeah.
I walk in, and one of the guys that was a personal trainer at the time, still best friends with him. His name is Moe Belgacem. He looked at me. He said, "Mate, what are you here for?" And I literally turned around to Michael and I said, "Mate, I want to be a monster." And he said, "Why?" And I said, "I got kicked out of my soccer team for being too skinny to play soccer."
Yeah.
He goes, "Mate, that's no good." I said, "Yeah, man, I need to get jacked." He said, "Yeah, I can definitely help you." I said, "Next year, I want to make the team. I want to literally go there and be really jacked. So they have to pick me."
Yeah.
So yeah, the journey started from there.
Okay.
In 6 months' time, I got really fit.
Yep.
And I never went back to soccer because I loved bodybuilding so much. And instead, I became a professional bodybuilder 3 years later.
Far out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing you got cut from that team, hey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blessing in disguise.
Yes.
Yeah. And you grew up in New Zealand, right?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Tunisia.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm from North Africa, Tunisia. Unfortunately, there was a civil war that broke out. We had to escape. We were political refugees.
Okay.
We escaped the war. We went to New Zealand. It was the best time of my life. I lived there for 18 years. And then 9 years ago, I moved here.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Whereabouts in New Zealand were you?
Auckland.
Auckland. That makes
Yeah,
sense. You're
yeah.
playing for Auckland City. Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. And how long were a personal trainer for before you?
So I was a personal trainer on and off for 4 years. Unfortunately, though, I was really good at personal training. Like I knew everything to do with personal training in terms of like diet, in terms of like how to train, how to exercise, what to do. But I sucked at selling my personal training programs.
Okay. Awesome.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn sales so I can come back and be a great personal trainer.
Right.
And as you can imagine, the same story. I never went back.
Yeah.
I never went back to personal
So that's
training.
how you got started. It
Yes.
was okay. So we're jumping around a little bit here, but yeah, we got cut from the team. We wanted to get into the gym. Fell in love with the gym. Got obsessed with bodybuilding. Became a professional bodybuilder. So you competed in bodybuilding,
Yes,
didn't you?
yes,
Yeah,
I did.
awesome.
I won every show.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay. We got royalty in the room. Yeah. And to get better at selling your PT programs to your clients, you thought I need to get really good at sales, and that's how you ended up in our team. Or
Pretty
in
much.
the org. Yeah.
During that period, I was like, what do I do while I'm trying to figure out this personal training thing? So I was doing tiling at the time.
Yeah.
And then I had a neighbor who literally changed my whole life. His name is John. He passed away 3 years ago, unfortunately, to cancer. But John pulled me to the side. He was a bricklayer. And he said to me, mate, I'm a tradie and I see you doing tradie stuff. You're a tiler. Why the hell are you doing tiling? And I said, mate, I'm trying to make ends meet because this personal training thing isn't working out. And I remember him saying, mate, you are a natural born salesperson. You need to be doing sales.
Yeah.
And in the back of my mind the whole time, I'm like, I want to learn sales and influence because I suck at selling my personal training programs. I was like, maybe this is a sign that I should definitely do sales.
Yeah.
And learn how to sell. And then, hopefully my personal training business will take off now.
Yeah.
So I signed up for a sales company.
Okay. And what a good old John.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good old John. I owe him a lot.
Yeah. And so take us through your journey getting started. So you had all these moments happen which drew you into applying for a sales role. Take us through, meeting Cam, first impressions, tasks, getting started in the field. How did that come about?
So when I applied for a sales job, at first I actually applied for a call center.
Okay.
Yeah, so I worked in advertising. So I was selling advertisements on a magazine.
Right.
Cool. As you can imagine, it was all commission based, right? And I've never done sales before. And the hardest part, which is cold calling in sales, I got thrown into the deep end doing cold calling.
Yeah.
So for 2 weeks at this new job doing cold calling, selling advertisements, I actually sold nothing for 2 weeks. Yeah.
Not great when it's commission only.
Yes. So I made no money. The girl that started with me, she's from Colombia. She could barely speak English and she was selling and I couldn't sell.
Yeah, right.
So I was very discouraged. But me being the stubborn person that I am, I was like, mate, I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm not going to quit. I'm definitely going to do this and I'm going to win at the end. But the managing director at the time, he was really nice. He came up to me, he said, hey, mate, you're in the wrong freaking thing. I said, why? He's like, mate, you're awesome face to face. You've got the charisma, you've got the personality, but over the phone, you're just not.
Yeah.
You're just not cut out for it.
Yeah.
He's like, I can teach you it, but you would be shooting yourself in the foot. You would absolutely flourish doing face to face. So I was like, far out, man. John said the same thing to me. Now this guy's saying the same thing. Are they all just pulling my leg? Or do I just give it a crack? I was like, fire out. What's the worst case scenario? I'm just going to give it a crack. I applied for a face-to-face role.
Yep.
Lo and behold, it was Cameron's company at the time. Cameron just started his marketing company. And he was actually over in Greece at the time on a holiday, partying it.
Just living it up.
Yeah. In Mykonos, having a good time.
Yeah.
So I walked in, the admin at the time, Brittany, she was really nice. She was a Kiwi. And she was like, hey, are you Moe the Kiwi? I said, yeah. She's like, oh, well, you've got the job. And I thought it was a joke. I was like, no way. And she was like, yeah, you got the job. So we had a training day. But at the time, Elijah, a good friend of mine, and Josh, who ran a marketing company at the time, Matrix, they were all Kiwis. So they were just like a little bit biased. And they just wanted a Kiwi to hang out with, I guess.
You just said, we're 3 Kiwis, we're running this team, you're a Kiwi, you can jump in.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, pretty much it. And I got stuck in. I think they were all right. I was a natural born salesperson.
So you picked it up really quickly?
Yes.
Like my memories of you was, you just came in and sort of just hit the ground running. So is that fair enough? Yeah. The field felt quite easy even from the start?
First 2 days were a bit,
okay,
nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But once I got the hang of it and like I understood what was going on and the procedure and the system and how to approach people and what to say, and once I got my head around the whole thing, I was a natural born salesperson.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's awesome. So you became a high roller quite quickly, as we're saying. A little bit different to me. I think a lot of people know this. I did $60 in retail on my first day.
Let's go. Made a good, what was that?
$12.
$12.
I made $12 on my first day, being commission only as well. So
enough for a coffee.
What did you do on your first day?
$135.
Okay.
Yes. Not too much.
Not too much more.
No.
But by day 3 or 4, you'd cracked the code,
Yeah,
right?
I think I did 700 on my third day.
Okay, you definitely got me covered. I think I did 100. So let's go into coaching then, because did you pick that up just as naturally, or was this maybe like a little bit more of a challenge to?
Yeah,
go on.
That was the biggest challenge.
Yep.
Yeah, coaching. So like we talked about, I was really good at sales.
Yeah.
So for 6 months to a year, I was like, mate, I'm really good at sales. I'm just going to focus on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why build a team? I'm making that much money in commissions.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that was my mindset for a long time. I was like, I don't have to worry about anyone else. I can just rely on myself. Like, I know I'm going to pull results week in and week out. I just can't rely on other people doing the same. I've got to motivate them. I'm going to inspire them. I've got to, do all this and that. And I was like, oh, mate, if I just focus on myself, I can make so much commissions, right? So that was my mindset for a long time. When I met my partner, though, when I met my wife now, Savannah, I started thinking about an exit strategy. I was like, far out. I can't be, because I thought about family.
Yeah.
I thought about
time,
future, time.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to be in the field for that long.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Forever.
freaking 50 and be in the field, or 60 and be in the field. I need an exit strategy. And the only way to have an exit strategy is to obviously build something that can run by itself.
Yeah.
And that you can buy your time with now.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, Moe, you're making great money doing this, but let's just start building. Let's see if we can start making more Moes around.
More Moes.
And therefore that was the exit strategy. So I guess it was about a year in that I started,
to really dive into
the coaching
other people. Okay.
Yeah.
And you already answered my next question, which was what was the catalyst to change that? Was there also like a few conversations with different people that helped you with that realization as well? Or was it mostly the meeting your now wife and it was, okay, I know I can't be in the field at 50, 60, well, you could, but you don't want to because we all want control of our time, don't we?
Yes.
But was it all that, or was there any sort of key conversations with different people that were like, hey, have you ever thought about coaching people in this way?
You know, it's funny that you asked that. Like the industry, the way that it's set up is if you're developing and growing in this industry, you're building a team.
Yeah.
If you're not, you're going to get left behind.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I knew this industry was for me and I wanted to grow and develop in this industry. And if I was in the field by myself forever and ever and ever, I was just going to get left behind because that's just not conducive for growth and development.
Yeah.
That's what the business is all about.
For sure.
Development and growth. So I knew that if I was to stay in the business and industry, I just needed to build something.
Yeah.
That's what it was all about because we're all about developing and growing, right? And in order for you to develop and grow, you needed to build something.
Yeah, it makes sense. And so let's go back to that part of the journey when you did have that realization. You started to coach and train people. As we said before, picked up sales super easy. How did you find then trying to pass that skill set on? Were you a little bit maybe impatient with people because maybe they weren't picking it up as quick as you? What other challenges did you have?
So my strong suit is actually adaptability.
Yeah.
And my strong suit's adapting to people. So I can relate to like anyone, right? Because and that's what led me to being a really good salesperson is because I could literally talk to anyone and relate to them and make friends with anyone and make them like me.
Yeah.
So I think coaching was not too much of a challenge, but my biggest challenge with coaching was telling people what the vision was. Like sharing the big picture and the vision, I was not good at all.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, I can teach you how to sell and you'll sell really well, but in terms of like them having a big picture and seeing where the vision is and following me and wanting to achieve something and this thing that we're trying to build here, everyone was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? So I couldn't grasp, you know, sharing the vision and talking big.
Yeah.
And talking about the big picture and where we want to go and what we want to achieve and what we want to build.
Yeah.
That's what I struggled with the most. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think a lot of leaders will be able to relate to that. We're going to have heaps of people listening that are probably in this situation right now. You know, they're good in the field, they're good with their people, they're good at teaching the sales systems, but maybe they're not great at explaining why they're doing what they're doing and what their end goal is or the milestones on the way to that end goal is. So
correct, yeah.
How did you develop that? How did you improve in that area?
Great question. The first one, it started with me. So like I just needed to be really clear on what I wanted to build.
Yep.
Yeah. For me, it was a bit fuzzy. So that's why I really couldn't share it because it was like, we're going here, maybe. Do you know what I mean? Like we're doing this, maybe.
I
think.
So you clarified firstly what it is that you're working towards.
Yeah, I clarified it. Like I literally got evidence. I went around to all the people, all the owners. I was like, hey, like show me. Where's the evidence? Like what are you doing? What's the goal for you? Why are you trying to get there? And what are the examples of people achieving what you've done?
Yep.
And once I got really, really clear and once I spent enough time in the business to understand how it ran, and where people could take it, then I got really clear on, okay, cool. Well, I want to do this then.
Yeah, makes sense.
And once I got really, really clear on that, then everything became so much easier. But it starts with you. You need to be super, super clear about your vision, and it needs to be very crystal clear. Like it needs to be black and white in order for you to actually be able to share the vision. A lot of people right now, they're probably lacking the clarity on the vision. That's why they probably can't share the vision enough.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty fuzzy for them, let alone to share it and people going, okay, cool. Well, that's very clear. I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
I'll come with you.
That's awesome. So the first thing you did was you went around to different examples, people who maybe you looked up to a little bit and thought, and asked them, hey, what's your vision? And then you can kind of steal ideas, and that's how you kind of created.
Yeah.
And then you and Cam, obviously being business partners, kind of developed that together. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, this is before me and Cameron.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this is just me building a team.
Yep.
So yeah, just literally getting as much examples as possible. I remember the first time I went to Adelaide and I saw how Ben O'Donoghue was running his office, and I saw his goals and what he wanted to do. I got exposed to Dave Owen in Sydney.
Yep.
And how he ran his business. I got exposed to a lot of owners around all over Australia.
Yeah.
And once I got the examples and my mind started ticking, okay, cool, well, that's the example over here. That's what he's been able to build. That's the example here. That's what he's been able to build. Cool. I started connecting the dots. I understood how the business structure works. And then I was like, okay, where do I fit? What's my goals? Those are the examples, but what do you want to do?
Right.
Cool. And then once I got really, really clear on that, it was easy for me to actually now share the vision because I actually had a vision to share.
Yeah.
But before it wasn't actually a vision to share because it was very fuzzy. It was like,
fuzzy,
I want to be an owner. Yeah, great. How? When? Where? What's this? How are you going to get there? How many offices do you want to have? Where do you want to have them? How are you going to build this?
Yeah.
How are the people that are going to be in your business? What do you want them to be like?
Yeah.
Etc. So yeah, just be super, super clear about your vision. Therefore, you can actually share that vision. Yeah.
For sure. Love that. I'm going to ask you a bit of a different question here. We're going to go back. All right.
Yes.
Because you've always, from my point of view, seeing you, grow and build the business over the last 8-9 years.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think I've met many people with your energy and your stubbornness and like drive. Like I know I haven't had a huge amount to do with you in terms of like being there watching every single day, but from a distance, you've always up and about. You've always come across as a guy who's super ambitious, super driven, super motivated. Were you always like that? Like going back to being a kid, were you like a natural driven sort of person?
Yeah, great question, Dylan. So I think I talk about this a lot, actually. I think me having the mother that I did, literally, yeah, it was the start of everything for me.
Yeah.
My mother forever as a kid told me I was going to be great.
Did she?
Yeah. Yeah. She literally installed this in me. You're going to be something special. You're going to do great things in life. You are special. You are great. Literally from birth. And when you have that literally ringing in your ear day in, day out, day in, day out, and you get winning stories along the way, you can't lose. You literally cannot lose. What I mean by winning stories. So for instance, a winning story for me was what we talked about. I went from being too skinny to play soccer to becoming a professional bodybuilder within 3 years. For me, if I could do that, I can do anything. Like that's a winning story. That's evidence for me that if you put your mind into it 100%, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
Right? I had winning stories along the way, like all these winning stories. Like for instance, being someone that couldn't really sell my personal training programs to being one of the top salespeople in Australia. Cool. So that's a winning story. That gives me evidence in my mind. Like if you put your mind into it, 100% effort, you'll do it. You'll freaking do it.
Yeah.
Like that's all you need to do. So like I knew from get-go I was going to be something really, really special, and I was destined to have something which other people probably will aspire to have, right? And I was going to do something really special in life, and it got nurtured to me from. Yeah. So I think if we have a leadership problem in this world right now, the fix for it, and you would know this as a father, and me being a new father as well, is like this is how we teach our kids. This is how we nurture them to become leaders. It starts from infancy.
Day one.
That's how we build leaders, good leaders, right? It literally starts from infancy.
Yeah.
We're talking about leadership wrong if we're talking about leadership when they come all the way to us when they're 18 years old trying to get recruited to a sales company, and then we're like, okay, let me teach you how to be a leader now. Like, if we're going to fix this as a society, as a world, we're going to have to talk about where it starts, and it starts from infancy. It starts from actually raising our kids like actual leaders.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
Yes.
Your mum sounds like a special lady.
Yes, she is. Yeah. Very special lady.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. And so you, from that, always had this natural drive, this ambition, this hunger, and it's clear, like you're talking about your winning stories. I love that phrase, winning stories, the too skinny to play soccer to a competition winning bodybuilder in 3 years. So, and so what advice would you give to someone then if maybe they are lacking some winning stories?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe they've got the drive, they've got the hunger, but they haven't been able to put the winning stories together enough to fuel that belief.
Go do it. Honestly, go do something really hard and be stubborn enough where you're not going to quit until you actually do it.
Okay.
So you can rewire your brain that you can actually do things that are hard.
Yeah.
If you are conditioned to believe that you can do whatever it is, no matter how hard it seems,
Yeah.
then you'll be a winner in life. But if you never get over that obstacle, you're going to think, oh, I'm a loser.
Yeah. Okay.
So go do something really hard,
do
whatever it is. Like, for instance, when people tell me I'm doing 75 hard or I'm quitting alcohol or anything,
Yeah.
do it. If it's really hard, go do something really hard, because that's how you rewire your whole brain to thinking, I can do things
Yeah.
no matter how hard they seem. It's doable.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. And once you do that, you rewire your brain and then you'll become the winning story eventually.
Yep.
By having these little winning stories along the way.
Awesome. That's great. I love that. Okay, cool. Let's go back to let's go back to the story. So we've come into the business, we've got really good at sales, we've developed the vision. Talk to us about some of the maybe challenges that you faced in the process of trying to build the business. And again, like how that mindset stayed, so strong through those challenges, because again, we're going to have lots of people listening who are at all different stages of their journeys. And sometimes when we hear stories like yourself about how you just go do it, it's excellent advice. But what about the moments when you've been doing it for 12 months, 24 months, 3 years, and you're not quite where you thought you'd be at that stage? Take us through some of that mindset stuff.
Yeah, so I always explain this as like a buying into a stock.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. When you buy into a stock and it's really low, right? What do most people do when the stock's not doing so well?
Oh, they probably want to sell it, don't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. What should you be doing though?
What you're going to? This is not financial advice, but maybe hold on.
Hold on. You should actually what?
Invest more.
Yeah, you should buy more.
Yeah.
Why? Because eventually that stock just goes up. And that's how the stock market actually works. It just goes like this, right? If you see it, if you zoom out, it goes up.
Yeah.
But if you zoom in, you see all these little
peaks and troughs,
right? And when they were right there, everyone was telling them, sell. And they went against the advice and they went, no, we're going to buy more. That's how they got to the top again. And then when they were at the top again, what happened? Everyone goes, bro, you're a genius. You got that right.
Yeah.
But everyone was telling them to sell. When times were tough, when people were selling, when things weren't good, when the sentiment around everything's going to zero. Yeah. They just had enough belief that if I work hard enough and I just keep buying and I block out the noise, eventually I'm just going to go back up.
Yeah.
Right? All I needed to do was buy more. Yeah. And that's what you need to do when things aren't going your way or when things are a little bit tougher than usual. You just need to buy more. How do you buy more? You need to work harder. You need to think about your strategy. Maybe something's wrong in your strategy. Maybe you need to work a different strategy out.
Yeah.
Cool. And you just need to tighten up. Like you just need to make sure that you're not leaving any room for error. Right? Yeah. You're not leaving any room for error. Like do the work, double down, work really, really hard. Eventually you'll get rewarded once it goes back up. You're probably not doing anything wrong. Yeah. You probably just need to work harder. Yeah. Those are the times that you just need to buy in more. Just work really hard, right? Because we have skill set and we have work ethic. Sometimes you need to have more work ethic than skill. But when things are flying, you can rely on your skills now. Yeah. You don't need to work as hard. That's just the yin and the yang.
But to build momentum, you need to outweigh that skill through just pure
sheer work.
Yeah. So tell us what that looked like for you though. So when the times, I think the most value that we can add with these podcasts is sharing some of the really big challenges where a lot of people would have kind of thrown in the towel,
Yes.
right? Like, for example, you know, the Daryl's episode was released recently, and he talked about that moment where he should have been filtered out was the term he used. Yeah. What's your version of that then?
I mean, I've had many. My first version of that was going from being a contractor, getting paid commission only, to being an employer.
Yep.
When we had to change our whole business model to employment model,
Yeah.
right? Everyone got filtered out. It was me and Cameron left,
Yeah.
right? So I didn't look at it like, I was just like, okay, we need to double down, buy more.
Buy more.
Yeah, that's it. Now time to go really, really hard.
Yeah.
Cool. What does that mean? Go recruit more, go in the field more, go train more, go coach more, do more planning, do more team nights, do everything that you need to do right now, because now is the time to buy more. And eventually we built a business back up all over again, and we had 60 employees. Cool.
Yeah.
We built that up. We had 60 employees. Guess what happened? 2019. COVID.
Mm.
Who was left? Me and Cameron again.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what we had to do is buy more. We just needed to buy more.
Yeah.
Work really hard, do everything, go back in the field,
Yep.
coach more, recruit more. And we built that all the way back up to 60 employees again.
Yeah.
Cool. What happened? Unfortunately, we were running the business the way that it should be ran, on a contractor model, not an employment model.
Yeah.
We got that completely wrong. And our finances weren't doing so well. Cool. Complete transparency, we had to actually close down the business.
Yep.
Right? And we had to rebrand all over again.
Yeah.
We got an offer by Tarquini himself. Hey guys, why won't you guys come and be sales managers at Flex?
Yeah.
Yeah. And open up a little face-to-face marketing team within the AdFlex umbrella.
Yep.
Me and Cameron turned around and said, let's do it. It's time to buy more again. Let's buy more. So yeah, we started AdFlex. We turned that around pretty quickly, within like maybe 6 months. We were doing so well. And then we had another little trough.
Yep.
Yeah. And we just
Bought more.
Yes. And then within 18 months of that, we broke the record and did $240,000 in 1 week in sales in 1 week.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've had a lot of those.
Yeah, which has really kind of reshaped that whole division. You know, I've seen what you guys have been able to do. You know, I remember in the day where if you did 100 grand in a week, you were like a hero. And now it seems like there's almost at least one company a week that's cracking that 100K mark. And now the PB is, like you said, over 200. It's wild. Yeah.
Yes.
So credit to you, man. That's absolutely awesome.
Thanks, man. Just bought more.
Just bought more. But I think that's a great story, and thanks for sharing, because what a lot of people do when they are trying to build something and achieve something is they get really good at comparing their peaks with their troughs. Yeah, and they go, I'm going backwards. You know, I was here and now I'm here. I'm getting worse at this. Yeah, when people lose their attitude in the field and they're like, you know, we've all been there, but like they lose their attitude in the field and they're like, oh, why can't I do this anymore? I'm getting worse at this. And it's like, man, you're not getting worse at this. Like, you just need to buy more. Just work a little, work through it.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And people do that in the field, and people do that while they're building their team. They go, I had 6 people on my team and now I've got 4. I'm getting worse at this. And it's like, well, if you zoomed out 6 months ago, you had 0.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so I love that analogy. If you zoom out, you'll notice your progression is trending up. Yeah. So keep buying.
Yes. I've never seen a stock go like this.
And then, oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've never seen it go like that.
It's not linear.
No.
Yeah. Progress is not linear.
No.
Yeah. Awesome. That's
neither
awesome.
will your career. You'll always go troughs and troughs, and that's how life is.
Yeah.
You can't have good. How do we know what good feels like, Dylan?
Yeah. Because it's bad.
Because we know what sad feels like.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do we know what happiness feels like? Because we know what depression feels like.
Yeah.
Right? That's just life.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get good without the bad.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't. That's just life. It's nothing unusual. I don't know why you think it's unusual.
Yeah.
Like, people complain to me about the traffic. I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, the roads were going to be empty for you, Mr. President. Just like
Mr. President. I love that. I love that.
like-
I love how direct you are. It's
Yes.
awesome. Okay. Now, let's talk about the importance of like business partnerships then, right? Because we all have, I think, well, what's the phrase that I like? It's if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yes.
So I think it's a really important part of what we've done is the network and the ownership group and the business partners that we've built over the years. And I did ask Cam about this the other week when we did his episode, and he talked about like your kind of working relationship together. So from your point of view, how has that relationship evolved with you and Cam, and how do you see that?
Me and Cameron have always been good friends. But I guess, through the trials and tribulations, through our, peaks
Yep.
and troughs,
Yep.
we just built something really, really special. And to me, I've always, I've known Cameron for who he really is. And I really like the guy for who he really is. He's just a good guy.
Yep.
And I was loyal to him. I was like, okay, I know who you are. I know how, I know where you're going. I know you're a good guy and you're just trying to achieve these things. I'm gonna be with you and we're gonna achieve it together.
Yeah.
And I was just loyal. Yeah. So yeah, me and Cameron, and we work so well together because like my biggest strength is his weakness and my biggest weakness is his strength. Right. So I'm not really good at the back end side of things. Right. People make fun of me till this day that I can't even freaking work a laptop properly. Yeah, so the back end stuff is probably not my best suit, but Cameron is the best at that.
Yeah.
He's an awesome person to have in the back end side of things, right? And my biggest strength is obviously the front end side of the business, which is the coaching and the mentoring and the sales, which is probably not his strong suit.
Yeah.
So we work so well. We just know what our weaknesses are and where our strengths are,
your strengths,
and we're the yin and the yang for each other. So. We just knew that really early on, and we were like, okay, cool, let's do this together because we can do more being together than us being alone.
Yeah.
And that was the whole thinking behind it is we'll be able to do more because now you have two MDs.
Yeah.
And because you can focus, like, for instance, Dylan, you'd be thinking sometimes, hey man, I wish I could just go in the field and just coach my guys and bring the sales and drive the thing myself. Like, because that's who's going to drive it, right? And then you'll be in the field sometimes and you'll be like, man, I wish I was doing recruitment and doing all the back end stuff, and because my guys need this and my guys need that, and well, me and Cameron, we never have to feel like that, right? Here's the person that's doing the front end business, here's the person that's doing the back end side of the business, and we never have to worry about this or that. So that's worked so well for us, and hence why we've been able to build what we built. So
cool.
Yeah.
Love that. He described it very similar. He also used term yin yang. So I was wondering if you were going to do that too. So there you go. And then, well, before we get into the last couple of questions, I'm curious because I know you guys have some massive goals in terms of like Collective Rise's sort of growth and expansions over the coming years and stuff. So, like, what's the next this year? Let's talk 2026. What's Collective Rise's going to look like? Where are we going to be? Where are we going to be operating? What's the plan?
Yeah, very exciting time. So we're actually opening up a satellite office in Canberra.
Yep.
August. With Jack running the satellite office in Canberra.
I was talking to Jack about that.
Yeah, he's
very excited. Yeah,
he's very excited. He's pumped. So that's going to happen in August, and we've got a very busy next, I'd say 12 months, because we also got Jet, who will open up sometime in December.
Okay.
And he's going to Sunshine Coast or Gold Coast. We haven't decided exactly where. Probably both. Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
We should. Why not? Damo will be hearing this and absolutely spewing. So
yeah. We won't let Damo hear this then.
Yeah.
Very good. Awesome, man. Great stuff. All right, let's get into the final 5 questions I think we've got here. Maybe 4 or 5. So this is just a couple of these like quick fire, just sort of, get to know you a little bit more. So number 1 is, what's your coffee order?
Anything that is without milk. So a long black, an espresso, a batch brew. I just don't like milk in my coffee.
Not a milkman.
Not a milkman.
Fair enough. What is your favorite travel destination that you've been to, and what's a bucket list that you haven't been to?
Recently, Bali.
Yeah?
Yeah. Everyone knows that I love Bali so much. Yeah, I go there like way too often.
Okay.
So that's probably my favorite destination. My bucket list, well, Italy will probably be on the bucket list. Yeah,
Okay.
my wife wants to go to Italy so bad. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
if I didn't say that, yeah, there'll be problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
shout out to Savannah. What book or podcast do you think has impacted you the most in terms of your development over the years?
I'd say Great, Not Good by Jim Collins.
Okay.
That was one of the best books I've ever read.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good to great?
Good to Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yes.
We've talked a little bit about this, but what was the biggest challenge of your career so far that you've overcome?
Probably COVID.
Yep.
Yeah, probably COVID. I literally thought it was the end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a few of us did.
Yeah, it was, especially being in the face-to-face sector, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, mate, we're never going to be able to sell again.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Yeah, so that was a big challenge.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Two more. What's the best bit of advice that you've received from any mentor?
It has to do with the book that I just talked about, and it's Just Be a Hedgehog.
Okay.
Yeah. As business owners, as entrepreneurs, we'd love, we're so creative. We've got all these ideas. I want to do this and I want to do that. And how about if I do this? And AI is taking off at the moment. And what if I put like 10% of my portfolio over here and I'll do this and maybe 10% of my time here. And you just need to be a hedgehog. And a hedgehog just goes freaking one way.
Yeah.
And every time something comes as a distraction, the spikes go up and he's not bothered and he just keeps going straight forward.
Okay.
Right? Tarquini always says this. He has an analogy called close the back door, which is like literally close any distractions that can come to you and just keep focusing on one thing and one thing only and double down on that one thing.
Yeah.
And that's how you'll have the greatest amount of success. So I think that's the best advice is just focus on one thing and double down on that thing.
Be a hedgehog.
Be a hedgehog.
I love that.
Yeah.
So good. All right. And last question, so like our closing tradition question. We go to like lots of different industry events and we get hit up for questions and advice a fair bit, but it's not always the right question. So that's why this is the closing question. What's a question that you either never or rarely get asked that more people should ask, do you think?
What success really mean? What does being successful really mean? I think that question never gets asked because successful, if we're going to judge people by being successful the way that we measure it in life, then Pablo Escobar was successful, wasn't he? Because he made billions of dollars and he had a great family life and this, that, and the other, but that's not successful.
Well, how do you define success then?
Well, to me, successful means that you were successful in this life and you're successful in the next life as well. Because we're here on a very short period of time. We're here for 100 years. If you're Dave Asprey himself, then you might be 180 years, but eventually it's over. That's a very short period of time. So figure out if there is just one life or if there is another life and what success actually means. If you're successful right now and you made all the success in the world and you were Elon Musk and you weren't successful in the next life, then there's no point at all of the success. So I think people, miss that because it's pretty deep and that was probably not the way that most people will answer that question. But I think for me, that's like you're going to be on your deathbed one day. What is success?
Yeah. And who are you leaving it for?
Who are you leaving it for? Yeah. What are you leaving behind? What's the legacy that you're going to leave and how are you going to, going to be in the next life? So I think, what does success really mean? And I think for me, it's just being successful here, but also being successful there as well and figuring out what that means for you.
Brilliant, mate.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for jumping on the pod today. A lot of value out of this one. I think if anything anyone should ask you it's about your mindset, man. Like I love the drive. I love the ambition. I love the hedgehog. Yeah. And no doubt we'll get lots of great feedback on this one. So thanks for joining us on the pod, mate.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. And I'm very proud of what you've been able to build with this podcast. So yeah, I just want to say, how proud I am of you and what you're doing.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.